Hello and welcome to Sam's on Wrestling, and this is Count Out, our top 10 personal series where we give our top 10, we're not saying what these are our personal, because YouTube wrestling's been going on for years and years and years of people telling you the top 10. Well, we've changed that. We want it to be our personal top 10 because we want to hear your top 10s. And today, I'm joined by the babiest of all the baby Sams. Hello, baby Sam.
I am 25, but sure,
babiest of the baby Sams.
Yes.
Babiest of the baby Sams. And we are today, because Money in the Bank has just gone by, Sam.
Yes.
We're going to look at now what happens after the Money in the Bank, and that is the cash-ins, the thing that has been awful for the majority of it, let's be honest here. But we're going to today look at the best. We're going to put our top 10 best Money in the Bank cash-ins. But before we do that, Sam, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and let's find out what we think is the best personal cash-ins. So, Sam, our number 10. What have you got for your number 10?
I've done a bit of a cheat here. You know how sometimes I'll do 2 entrants for the same number?
Oh.
I've done 3. Okay, this is the only time it happens. The rest are all singular. I've got Damien Priest, Drew McIntyre, and Alexa Bliss. I couldn't leave any of them out. I'll go through them very quickly. Right, Damien Priest, do you remember that? It was a very good cash-in. I wasn't so thrilled about Damien Priest winning. It was more the stuff that happened before. With
Which one did you enjoy between the 3 of them most?
Weirdly, probably Drew.
That's your number 10. Drew McIntyre is his number 10. I'm not having... You might as well just have all of them.
I get their honourable mentions. Alexa Bliss was really good as well. Because she interfered and cost Ronda with a DQ, and it was quite out of nowhere.
I like the fact she got involved in the triple threat.
And it was smart because she took Ronda out of the equation. Yeah. And then Drew failing, I actually think that was a really good failed cash-in.
Was Alexa Bliss actually smart? Because she took Ronda and won the title. Already she's champion, but then that means that Ronda's going after you.
Yeah, but you've got to have that. If you're going to be the champion, you're going to have Ronda going after you. So I respect it.
So Drew McIntyre. People hated this, and I think you're wrong. And they're wrong, and we've talked about it. We're gonna do a yay. We've got yay and nay on cash-ins. We talk about it a lot there. But essentially, people are allowed to lose. Just because they win the cash-in doesn't mean they are automatically become a champion, and that is a real problem that WWE fans have. We want this person to win. No, you want this person to win the world title. That's what you're actually saying. And they keep going. Imagine if Drew had it now, and they were building to WrestleMania. I was like, no. He wanted the title straight away, and Punk cost him. It's a good storyline device. That's excellent. My number 10, Sam, is I've got Edge the second time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So he just took the thing off Mr. Kennedy, and we all went, oh, kind of wanted to see what Mr. Kennedy do. He said he was going to do it at WrestleMania.
Did he?
Yeah, that's literally what he was building was, I'm going to cash in at WrestleMania 24. And they had a little thing on the screen, like a countdown thing, very similar to like Santino Marella's countdown to beating Honky Tonk Man, and then they just took the title off him.
So what was the kayfabe reason why he got the briefcase taken? Why did they have to put it on the line against Edge?
Because Edge essentially went, me, and like, I'll put it on the line.
Oh, right, so we didn't do it anyway.
It was stupid. It was really dumb. But Edge then immediately cashed in that week, because that was obviously the thing. They went, oh crap, we need to take the title off Undertaker. We'll do a cash in. Then Kennedy was going to win, but then Kennedy got injured, so they gave it to Edge. And I'm just sat there going, he's in a world title match.
Yeah, literally with Batista.
Just give it to Batista. Like, I still don't get it. Just give
Batista wasn't injured. Batista was fine. Yeah.
Just have Batista win it. Yeah. But the actual cash-in's really, really, really good because no one's ready for it. Because Edge has only just won it. So Edge is not on anyone's mind. The cage match was really good. I believe it ended in a draw, I believe.
Yes, they both hit the floor.
Then Mark Henry destroys The Undertaker. And then, why not have Mark Henry win the briefcase?
He can't climb the ladder.
And then, no, have him off Kennedy.
Oh, off Kennedy makes sense.
Yeah, and then, but the Edge cash-in was actually really, really good because no one was ready for it. No one was expecting it. And we still, because it was new, it was only the 3rd cash-in and Edge done it the first time. We still weren't, someone's down, there's going to be a cash-in. So it was nice and exciting. So I've got Edge. Number 9, Sam.
Number 9, you might disagree with this one because you won't like the execution. But I really like who won it. Big E. Big E's cash-in, yeah. I know you don't like it. And
I like that he won the Money in the Bank, but his cash-in's rubbish.
This is the thing, so this is why it's a bit lower on the list for me, but this is Big E's moment of becoming world champion.
But he's a baby face.
I know, but he's
a baby face.
I know, but
win properly.
I know. Was Lashley? Am I wrong? Was Lashley fighting the New Day before that?
I don't care.
I know. But I really liked it. He was against someone. Didn't he have like an injured arm or something? Lashley.
Who cares? It's rubbish.
But it was a great pop, and he got to win it, and it was in front of
I would have. Why couldn't he have just done a proper baby thing? Going, I'm going to win. Power positivity. I'm going to beat you, and actually won it. Would have been an even bigger pop because it would have been. I think it was a wasted opportunity to use the cash. It was Vince. at his
No, of course it was.
utmost laziness.
I just feel like doing this week.
Oh yeah. It really did feel like who's going to win who's going to win the Money in the Bank? That person's now going to cash in now. And it was like, anything new? No. The cash in is you cash in when the champion's down. Why would you not do anything different? It was like, ugh. Yeah, not for me.
I just have it on here because Big E winning the title was an amazing moment. And I still loved it. I was really happy at the time, even though I knew, it's bad booking. But sometimes you don't care because one of your favourites wins the title.
Yeah, so it was nice to have one of your favourites win. And I was happy that he won.
Yeah.
My number 9 was not one of my favourites and has now become one of my favourites. And I hope to see her back sometime in the future. It's Carmella.
Okay. I need to put this one on.
I like this.
Okay.
For she had it the longest time. She's, the longest record holder for Money in the Bank, which I think is great. Mike Chioda, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? I don't understand. What are you doing?
Sam, honestly, this is one of the reasons it's not on, because I think it's hilarious, but at the same time I'm also like, Mike, this is her moment of winning the women's championship. Shut up. Like, why are you trying to rib her while she's winning the title?
You've also had the Iconics' face, because they didn't know. They didn't know, so Billie Kay's response is genuine. She's like...
That's really good.
I love Billie Kay. I miss the Iconics as well. I want all these people back, but also it took the title off Charlotte, and screw Charlotte.
Yeah, but then she just preferred to win it back anyway.
Yes, we know, but we didn't know at the time. I've done that list of Charlotte stat padding. But I really like this. I like Carmella. Got released probably because she's still not fit and healthy, hasn't recovered from it. I think it's drop foot from pregnancy, which is a really horrible thing to get. So we want her back. We absolutely adore Carmella. We're definitely going to, power rank Carmella very soon. I do enjoy Carmella, but I like this, and I liked her winning. I thought she was the perfect person, and I think she could have been in the main event scene, and they just didn't go with it, really, after she lost the title.
I liked her winning. It's one of those where they fell into the trap of, she's a cowardly heel, so she's got to be terrible in the ring and not look like a threat at all.
In the ring.
No, but kayfabe-wise.
No, I'm saying, but she wasn't, and but they booked her as if she was. But I liked the Carmella one. Sam, you're number 8.
I've gone with CM Punk's second cash-in.
Against Jeff.
Right. So I'm not a huge fan of his first one, because I feel
it's so
well, it's copy and paste, isn't it? So it's
again a babyface.
Babyface doing the cowardly thing. I didn't mind
that one because it was Edge who had just been spouting stuff.
No, I agree.
So if they'd played the story and Punk came out and gone, I was going to have you take the title to SmackDown with the WWE. A title had to stay on Raw, and you were spouting horribleness, I had to take it off you. That's a good babyface move because you're doing it to stop a dastardly heel.
Yes, but
I would have been okay with that.
WWE themselves don't think that far.
But in my head, that's kind of what it was.
Yeah. No, I get that. It wouldn't be on my top 10 worst, but it will. No. It's not quite onto this one. This one's great because
it's really good.
Jeff and Edge have just had a really good ladder match, and you don't really see it coming because Punk is a babyface at this point, and you've just had Jeff finally be crowned the World Heavyweight Champion again. And then Punk comes out, and this is the way you turn him heel, which is great. You turn someone heel by cashing in that opportunistic way, which is a heel thing to do. I thought it was great. Jeff kicks out of the GTS first, so everyone goes, oh, and Punk's like, oh, no.
Oh, could you imagine if that was a 15-minute match?
Oh, it'd be great. Yeah,
could you imagine? Yeah. Another thing they refuse to do.
I know.
Cash in, and then the person doesn't lose immediately. 20 years, and at no point does someone do a cash in and the person not struggle.
Sandow, Cena?
No,
he lost.
He wasn't in a match though beforehand.
Yeah,
Cena was fresh.
Yeah,
he was fresh with a bad arm, so they had a match, but Cena was
fresh. I'm clutching.
Yeah. No, it is a match, but technically it's almost babyface. He had a match with the injured person.
So CM Punk, the second one.
Yeah, I like that one. My 8's Damien Priest.
Yeah.
A second one to do at WrestleMania. You guys know I wasn't a fan of Damien Priest. I didn't see it
neither
at the time. But I love this. Again, it pushed the Drew story really, really well, which is why Drew winning the briefcase also worked, because he then tried to cash back in on Priest. With people, let's not forget that. But, Punk costing him, effectively, the title after he literally threw it in his face, and then Priest coming out, Punk kind of laughing at him. I wished it wasn't just one move and done, as you know, but that's one of my big pet peeves, is one move and done. But I absolutely adored this as a great start to night 2.
Yeah.
That was a really hot start. We had a good match with Seth and Drew, but only a good match because Seth's broken.
Yeah.
He's absolutely broken at this point. He cannot physically walk, as proven by the end of the night. But Priest cashing in. Really, really liked it. I actually think it's really good, and it actually set up someone to be, I think, an upper mid-carder.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it just goes a bit low for me just because Priest isn't, one of my guys. Not, I wasn't big on Priest, but the execution was great.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Priest now. We move on to lucky number 7. Sam, what have you gone with?
This is Edge number 2 for me.
The one I've just got.
Yeah, so I won't expand it too much, but in terms of the cash-in, was he on Raw at the time? So it makes it even less expected.
Yeah, that's what was crazy about
that
it.
He then switched brands to go and do it. I love the fact that the commentary puts it over so well. If you go and watch it back, Michael's calling him a piranha. He's just absolutely screaming obscenities.
Because even though he was the ultimate opportunist, this was, I think, the biggest push of that. Because he had the name before with winning the title, but they kind of didn't do a lot in the next 18 months with it. This was when they finally went, he is the ultimate opportunist, and really pushed it.
And they knew what it was, so Cole was ready, and he just sold it so well. Like this, it was almost like it was insulting a spit in the face to the integrity of the sport and all this stuff, and it really, really worked. And you just felt Edge was just so slimy for doing it to The Undertaker, who still kicked out of a spear and tried to sit up. It's just wonderful.
Undertaker was great in this, actually.
Yeah, he was.
I don't think people talk about Undertaker's kind of selling performance in this.
Yeah.
It's too bad he couldn't have had a 10-minute match. How good would that have been? Yeah. Would have really panicked Edge. Could you imagine a panicked Edge?
Yeah.
And maybe started to cheat with Lita, potentially, would have been really good.
Yeah. So, loved it.
I think it's really good. It was on my list for that reason. My number 7 is Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
Dean Ambrose. I'm not a massive fan, in the grand scheme of things, of Dean Ambrose.
Sure.
I'm not a massive fan of Jon Moxley. It doesn't do it for me. Didn't really do it in WWE. In the first year, I thought so, and then it felt like Seth and Roman just overtook him.
Yeah.
Seth overtook him in talking, which was not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah.
And then Roman now is just, awesome now, probably the best. But this cash-in, it's the fact that we had the Shield all won the title in one night. It was the same night, which I believe is the second time it had happened. We'd had a gap between the first time it
was
happened.
the second time, yeah.
So it wasn't as repeatable, because it's happened a lot since, particularly when the women turned up. They all seemed to cash in either on the night or the next Raw or SmackDown. You're Vince doesn't want to book 2 Money in the Banks at the same time. Don't have 2 Money in the Banks then. But yeah, it was really good because he had come out and said, I'm going to stop you, Seth. I'm going to stop you, Seth. All the year prior, couldn't, failed. And then he finally went and did it. And I think, because Sam's just done a pause, I've got a weird feeling I know what his number 6 is.
Yeah.
Should we go to number...
to my list there? Yes.
Should we go to number 6?
Yes.
Sam, your number 6?
Believe it or not, Sam, I've gone with Dean Ambrose.
Right, yes.
Yeah, I was going to kind of cut into that. I just agree with everything that you said. I think it's awesome that they did the thing where every member of the Shield held the title at the same night.
It's a nice little moment. It's too bad they can't reference it, really.
Oh, of course. And then there's a great circular narrative of Ambrose cashing in on Rollins after he'd screwed him out of the Money in the Bank and cashed in on Roman the year before. I just loved everything about it. And I tell you what, I was so happy Dean won it.
Yes, I was happy at the time.
Because he'd been chasing for a long time and you never knew if they were really going to do it.
But then who did they stick him with in his first feud? Dolph Ziggler.
I was going to say Stars. No, it wasn't.
No, it was Dolph Ziggler.
Oh.
How to make you look like the middiest of mid-cards, put you in a feud with Dolph Ziggler for the WWE title in 2016.
Oh, they gave him the CM Punk World Championship.
They really did. It just was with the WWE Championship.
Really random.
Really strange. Yeah. Really strange.
So, yeah, it's a shame, but the cash-in was great. Really inventive. Loved it. And I like when people cash in and it really matches their character.
Yes,
this is something Dean Ambrose would do. He'd just go,
absolutely.
Seth's there, bang.
That's the thing about cashing in weekly or on the same night or whatever. Why would Dean Ambrose not wait around? Because he would. And neither would this person, who's my number 6. It's got to be Kane.
So I got to my number 5, Sam?
Oh, God.
So genuinely also Kane. We can talk about
all right, then. Should we go to number 5? My number 6.
Yes.
But Sam's number 5. So this number is confusing.
Really helping you in the edit there.
The edit's furious.
Yeah.
Kane, yes. Yeah. First of all, the first time I'd ever do it on the same night. Why hadn't we got to that yet?
Yeah.
Especially at WrestleMania.
That'd have been great, wouldn't it?
Why did you missed your trick?
There was a rumour if Jeff was going to win it at 24 that he was going to cash in the same night.
Oh, was it?
After Randy beat Cena and Triple H, that was the rumour they were going to do. Yeah, I've heard. It'd be cool.
It would be a cool moment, but Kane wouldn't wait around.
Oh, exactly. He just Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, exactly. It's the fact he chased off Jack Swagger, gone, I've saved you, Kane. Now, Ray, I'm going to kill you. How mean's that? Could you imagine, like, you're being robbed, like, you're being mugged, and I come in, and I beat the mugger up, and I go away. Give me a wallet. That's what he did. That's what Kane did. But 49 minutes. I think you now know that time from Sam versus Sam, famously. 49 minutes. Also brilliant. It was
Yeah.
immediate.
And it's Kane.
That's
so
what
just
works.
makes so much sense. And then it's Ray just going, oh no.
It's like, oh,
Because
why?
usually the dynamic is it's like, oh, Ray's like a really strong baby face, and then it's like a slimy, weak heel, like Edge kind of is. But Ray's like, what am I supposed to do here? I'm already knackered.
The monster. It worked great for me. That's why you can do that on the same day or whatever, or you have to put the right person to it. And Kane, like Ambrose, would just do it immediately. He absolutely would. My number 5.
There we go.
Now we're going to do number 5. I've got CM Punk's second one here.
Have you?
I think this is I'm amazed as a CM Punk fan, as a mark that you are, and for Jeff, this is this low. I think this is brilliant.
I love it.
This is a perfect example of using the cash-in. If you're going to do a cash-in of the weak person, you change a narrative, a story. You change someone from babyface to heel. And everyone loved Jeff. We were happy. We were delighted. And Sonny's like, no. And you, no. The responses, it was so confused because we were like, we love Punk. We were so happy he won the Money in the Bank. And now suddenly he's turning heel to take it off Jeff, who we love more.
Yeah,
no.
taking it away.
That was so well done.
It was. Maybe I had it too low. I love the ones above it. I just love the ones above it so much.
I just looked at this one and I went, this was one of the best cash-ins because it's what a cash-in should be. It shouldn't be about changing the world title round. It should be about a narrative. It should be about a story. It should build to something else. And this literally built to one of the best feuds. Well, let's say best. The only feud. 2009.
Well, Cena and Orton.
No,
was a feud, whether you liked it or not.
I meant
I
meant of goodness.
Oh, well, you didn't say. Yeah, goodness.
I mean, any feud that you'd want to watch.
Jericho Mysterio, 2009.
Oh, that was back then. God, SmackDown was so much better than Raw, wasn't it?
100%.
Oh, wow. One day we need to do a round table. What's better, Raw or SmackDown?
Ooh.
We need to do that one day. Because it has to definitely flippity flop.
Yes.
CM Punk should be way higher. I'm genuinely blown away.
I just love the other cash-ins, but I maybe I should have put it like 6 or 7 because I did love. I hated it as a child because I loved Jeff so much. It broke my tiny heart into so many pieces. But
Is it the Ralph Wiggum one? You could just pinpoint the moment that his heart breaks.
Oh, Jeff.
Now, I am certain at this point that we have the same 4.
Yes.
So, because they've not turned up yet. Now, the question is, though, will we have the same 4 in order?
I don't think so. I think I've got a different order.
I reckon I've got a different order as well. However, I think our number 4 is going to be the same. Should we do some sort of thumb movement?
What could you mean, Sam?
Rob Van Dam. That's how your babyface wins the... And they did it second!
Yeah.
And they've not done it properly since!
Mad, isn't it?
He literally went, I'm going to go where I have the biggest advantage in front of the ECW crowd. You're going to be hated, you're going to be booed, it's going to be where I'm loved, and I'm going to win the title. And he does!
It's great. They did it with Cena against Punk on Raw 1000, but ruined it with the Big Show DQ. But
oh my God,
they did do it.
Oh, that might be on a different list. We might be doing next week.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's the only other time a babyface has done it. No, you're right. Yeah. But I mean, it's the only time that it's really been properly, because that was just put the big match on Raw 1000 rather than I am cashing in for a reason. Because if you did cash in, if you were seen it, why would you pick Raw 1000?
Yeah, big event.
Get a bit of payday, Cena. Come on.
Yeah.
But this one's great. The crowd is what makes it. Cena is what makes it. RVD is a passenger. In the grand scheme of things, the RVD cash-in is actually kind of not RVD. It's the cash-in on Cena is what is what we're ranking here. It's a good match as well. What else?
Great match.
Yeah. I love this. It's so entertaining. And this is how you book a babyface cash-in. Braun Strowman should have been the one. Because as much as it's after the match, he comes out and says, I am going to. And I don't know why they didn't.
Well, at least Braun
Because Braun didn't win.
I know.
He could have lost.
Trust me.
Brock could have got involved in that and ruined it for him. I know that just as sucks. But
you mean Braun? That's exactly what did happen.
No, but in the Elimination Chamber. Not Hell in a Cell. Yeah. But if he'd done it in the SummerSlam and then Brock got involved, wouldn't that have been better than the Hell in a Cell ruin?
You're right, as if they thought 5 seconds ahead of time.
You're right. Yeah. But this RVD one, they didn't think that far ahead because they didn't go, maybe he will do weed.
Maybe. RVD,
but at the time, Sam, we were all delighted that he won. I wish you could have been there at the time because this is a retrospect one for you.
It is.
But I absolutely adore this. I really do. I think it's world class. Now it's our bronze medal again. Will we have the same one? I have a very poodle-headed man at number 3.
I have a similarly poodle-headed man with a Mexican aristocrat.
It's Dolph Ziggler at number 3. I love this cash in.
Oh, it's wonderful.
People have this at number 1, and I fully understand why they would have this as their number 1. I absolutely get it. The crowd go mental. And if I'm being, everyone goes, "Oh, the Raw After Mania crowd." I reckon put this on any other Raw, even in this time when the Raw crowd, I reckon they still would have gone mad.
They wanted
this
it. These ones were even madder because this was the rabid crowd that were doing the Randy Orton Sheamus chants and all that stuff.
Why not do it the Raw After Mania? Again, there's a reason this is so high. It's because if you're going to do your stupid cash in, do it there.
Well, also, if you have someone hold the briefcase for longer, it builds that anticipation more. So when they finally do it, it's this big release of, it's finally happening.
That's another thing. Is not people aren't holding on to it for a long period of time at the moment, and they are cashing in. Like I think Io Sky has the women's one has held it for the longest since Carmella. And you're like, stop. Can we not? Oh yeah, Tiff held it for a while. To be fair, and that got a massive prop.
I think WWE almost don't want to book it so many times, but the problem is they've got this Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which does quite well, so they've kind of backed themselves into forcing themselves to do it.
I don't mind that. I just think they don't have the idea of what the cash-in is.
To do stuff,
but literally just write down a giant list. Just go, cash-in ideas, and then go, right, which will work best for the people we're picking this year? And sometimes you go, none of those work, let's just do a simple cash-in, or let's do a match, whatever. But yeah, this Dolph one, we were sick of Del Rio at this point.
Yeah.
He didn't work as a babyface.
No, I mean, I'm sorry, we had to be subjected to WrestleMania 29. The final ever World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania from that big goal
point,
was Alberto Del Rio as a babyface versus Jack Swagger.
Who was meant to win the title, but had also
DUI,
done DUI with weed as well. God, I tell you what, the Money in the Bank is
cursed, isn't it?
Don't say Jack Swagger and Money in the Bank and cursed. But everyone was so happy. It was really great, but I'm pretty certain that we think the other two are just pip it. But I tell you what, every day these three rotate for me.
You can argue any of these three. I will accept it. This is, if I did this a few weeks later, it might be different. But this is how I felt when I was doing the list.
We move on to our silver medal position. Now, Sam.
Yes.
This is interesting.
I think you think I'm going to do something that I'm not going to do.
No, I don't know.
Right.
I think I know what you picked at number 1.
You think you know me?
Yes, I do think I know you because I've got the other one at number 2 instead.
Which one have you got?
I have the WrestleMania 31 at number 2.
I've got Edge number 2, Sam.
I thought you might.
Yeah.
I thought you might.
Oh, Sam.
Right, hang on. Right. My number 2 is Seth Rollins. Your number 2 is Edge.
Yes.
My number 1 is Edge. And your number 1
it's got to be Baron Corbin. No. No. It's not. That might be number 1 on a different list. This is Seth Rollins.
I picked Nikki ASH.
Oh, what a classic. No,
it was always... It's splitting hairs. What do you want? And my brain, the reason I've got... Let's be honest, right? There is no winner here. I think these three, I think Dolph just misses out. I think the reason I've gone with Edge is because he ruined the Money in the Bank first. By doing the best thing you can do with the Money in the Bank. They worked it out. The best thing to do with it is to do that. Yeah. And they've not been able to shake it since. But I'll tell you what, Sam, at the moment, at the time, when we'd done the Elimination Chamber, quite a very... Elimination Chamber. And Carly came second, right? And he got rolled up. And Carly was like, don't you want to do something a bit more interesting? And they were like, no, just the roll up. And he's like, all right. Yeah. And then he saw Edge come and was like, I get it now.
That's right.
But it was great because everyone went, because they didn't know what the cash was going to be, because Vince comes out and goes, there is another match. And as a child, I am 13 watching this, going, what are you doing? What are you going to do? And they're like, oh my God, a cash in. Oh my God, that's genius. And also, we loved Edge just as much as we wanted other people to win. This was Edge's first win, and we were so excited. It was the right call. Cena was blooded. This is why the cash in has always been this way, and they've never recreated the cash in on the weekend champion since. It's never been as good.
Well, the first time's usually going to be...
No, but I'm saying it's still never been better. I still think this is the best one of the weekend. Punk, I think, has come the closest with the weakest champion. Because this is getting involved in the triple threat. Neither are weak, really.
Oh, no. They have to try to kill a match and they're both down at the time. So it's still opportunistic.
It's still opportunistic, but it's not in the same vein. Yeah. But I tell you what, Sam, this meant a lot. And the next day I came into school and my mate watched it. And he went, oh, so who won the chamber? I went, guess.
Yeah, you said that.
And he literally guessed all 6. And I went, no. And he was like, what do you mean? I went, Edge is the champion. He was like, huh? Oh, he cashed it. I went, yeah. And he went, oh, bollocks! And then explained it and went, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
so
great.
I've got Edge, but Seth Rollins, Sam. Why have you picked Seth Rollins?
I thought when I started the list, I was going to pick Edge number 1.
Did you?
And I started thinking about it, I was just like, no, the Seth one is so perfect. And Edge,
It's
yes,
so
whilst
good.
brilliant, every other cash-in has been like that, so maybe it's not Edge's fault.
Also true, yes.
But that's all of the cash-ins now. This was very different.
I went with how I felt at the time.
No,
That's how
I
picked
get
mine,
you,
yeah.
but then I wasn't there at the time. So
No,
maybe this one
of
influences
course,
me a bit
of
in
course.
terms of.
No, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
this is the first one from 2005 you ain't watching.
No,
You're little 5-year-old Sam.
Little 5. Yeah, I wasn't into the best.
I was in high school.
I was literally just entering primary school.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
your peak years.
Yeah, my sister had just been born. Yeah, so that was the WrestleMania 31 for me.
So good.
Genius, because even from Seth's kayfabe point of view, and I love the fact that it was so last minute. It's actually a great story.
Well,
not for
Roman's family.
I'm like, Roman's family, chill out. You're gonna get your big wins.
He's going to win
later.
at some
You're
point.
You're gonna be all right.
You're in
lads.
the business.
Yeah.
Come on, Seeker.
You're going to be fine. But it was genius because from Seth's perspective, he can't even if Brock's weakened, Brock could probably still do it. Then Roman might still be able to do him one-on-one. So take the opportunity whilst they're both absolutely down in the middle of the fight, triple threat, pick your spot. And they did a little bit of a match as well.
And they did a mini match, yeah.
They did a little bit of a
that
match.
spear,
Oh.
Brock can't do anything.
Yeah.
Brock's there going, I can't protect, I can't really bump.
Yeah.
So he gets speared.
But luckily he's Brock, so
Yeah.
that does it.
And then he got diverticulitis all over again.
But that was so well booked. No one thought it was going to happen. Everyone thought one or two things. You're going to have Brock win and it's part-time and we don't want him. Or Roman's going to win and we're all going to hate
A
him.
lot of people were predicting Seth was going to cash in.
But after.
So
no one expected it at that moment.
That's what made it great, because Seth could have cashed in afterwards, and it still would have been a great moment. I don't think it would be top 2, because I think it would have been the WrestleMania. It'd be very similar to Damian Priest's one. I think people would have been really happy, and I think there's probably be number 3 on the list because it would have been a great moment at a really good WrestleMania. But because it became in the middle of the match, the crowd weren't ready.
Didn't know what was going on.
JBL's call is great.
Yeah.
I have to admit, JBL's best ever call.
Yeah.
What the hell? This is genius.
Yeah.
Best call he's ever done because he's a crap commentator. I loved it. It's really close when I did this. And I went, which one did I connect to first? Obviously, the first one is always going to have that moment, but it was a thing we all wanted.
Yeah.
It was the Dolph Ziggler at the time. We wanted Ziggler to win the world title.
Yeah.
We wanted Edge to win the world title. But doing it this way was genius. No one was ready for it. We were now, admittedly, this was an element of we need to get rid of this briefcase.
Oh, yeah.
There was an element of that because they were building to the
Mania's
next week.
coming.
And they were like, we don't want Edge to win the title. We want Cena because we want Cena Triple H. How do we get rid of this? Do it now. Lose it immediately. So there was an element of get rid of the briefcase. But what a way to get rid of a briefcase.
Exactly. You just created amazing concepts.
Those are clearly, everyone's going to have the same top 3. Do you have one that isn't one of those 3? Do you have one that is actually more of one of your favourite? Is it Nikki ASH? Is she one of your favourites? So thank you very much for joining us. What is your top 3? What's your top 10? What's your favourite? I don't care. Put it in the comments. We want to know. Next week, we're going to be wearing the same clothes because we're going to do it immediately right now because we have to talk about it. We're going to do it again. We are going to do the worst Money in the Bank cash-ins. And I hope for you to join us there next week, same time on the Thursday. We will see you then. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.